I am very excited for a game in October. It's called Sparking Zero Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually in love with that. Back in the day, I don't know if you guys were, but I was always a Dragon Ball Budokai fan
Hmm.
and Tenkaichi fan. If you guys don't know, they're old school Dragon Ball fighting games.
Hmm.
And those fighting games were the top and probably the best Dragon Ball games of all time. If you know, I dare I say. So it first started with Dragon Ball Budokai, and Budokai is basically like a 3D fighter arena, like one v one. Just you're basically like round one fight, like all that shit.
Yeah.
But it had kind of like 3D aspect. You can fly and everything, and they did 3 games and then like 2 spin-offs of that series. And then after Budokai, which is, good in my opinion, they did Tenkaichi. It was called Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. And they made 3 different games to that. Everybody loves Tenkaichi. Tenkaichi is literally probably the most definitive way to play Dragon Ball because it feels like you're actually playing, you know, Dragon Ball, like from the
What did
actual
that
show.
originally release on?
The Budokai released it on GameCube and on PlayStation 2.
That's the one I played because I was like, it's that. I was like, that one sounds really familiar, and that one was fucking badass.
Well, there was 2. There was Tenkaichi and Budokai. The Budokai one's kind of more 3D and more on the ground. One versus round. That was on GameCube and PlayStation 2. Tenkaichi was also on PlayStation 2 and some on GameCube, but not all of them were on GameCube and Wii. Yeah, they were on mostly on PlayStation 2, and people mostly played them on PlayStation.
Hmm.
And how do you say those games, specifically the Tenkaichi series? People love the Tenkaichi series the most because those were the most popular. Because that is the most what like you're actually playing like Dragon Ball, like from the actual show. Like when you picture Dragon Ball fighting, like from the show, you picture Tenkaichi because it's the gameplay and everything. You literally feel like a Dragon Ball character actually going around the whole arena. It's a big ass battle arena, and you just go around flying everywhere and just beating the shit out of your opponent, just like teleporting and everything. And everybody loves that.
Was it? Sorry, I don't mean. Was it kind of like that new one they released, that Dragon Ball Z Fighter? Is that kind of what it was like?
No, that's a 2D fighter. That was like that's a 2D fighter. Yeah. And the Tenkaichi series, like I said, you go around flying. Picture the actual show. That's literally how the game plays. It's just
That's
like
so sick.
yeah. And specifically Tenkaichi 3 was the most popular one because you can literally play like everybody. Everybody was here in Tenkaichi 3. Everybody. And people like to transform in the middle of battle, and they love to see like, the aura and shit, and beat the shit out of everybody, with their ki and kamehamehas and stuff. But specifically Tenkaichi 3 was the most popular one. And guess what? Tenkaichi 3 is the most expensive one. Both the PS2 and the Wii. I actually own the Wii copy, and that is looking like almost $100. The PS2 copy is like $250. $250 for the PS2 copy. Or Tenkaichi 3.
That was Tenkaichi 3?
Yeah, Tenkaichi 3. The PS2 copy is more rare and more expensive because people love to play on the controller than they would on the actual Wii nunchuck and control the motion controls. But you can also play it with the GameCube, the GameCube controller. And people don't like playing on the GameCube controller with Dragon Ball. Again, they play it mostly on PS2.